Jermall
Jermall?
Charlo brother.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jermall. Dangerous fight for Canelo. Hungry, talent, more than one position. That is Jermall. Won a big fight. And Canelo cannot start slow with guys like that. You're dealing with a younger guy, 3 years younger, but also a guy that's super, super talented and who's thirsty for that attention that Canelo's been riding on for a few years.
Bernard, the executioner Hopkins, all-time great, has the same thought process that we all have about Canelo Alvarez. It's so many big fights between 160 and 175. Unlike Terrence Crawford, the sky is the limit for Canelo Alvarez. He can fight anybody he wants from 160 to 175 with no problem. Bernard Hopkins, like others, think Jermall Charlo will be his toughest opponent between 160 to 175. He thinks the bigger Charlo is super talented. And I respect B-Hop's opinion. I just disagree with it. I think Jermall is good. I think Jermall is better, but I don't see super talented. And I agree he has a good jab against lesser opponents. But we've seen this movie before. When they get in the ring with Canelo, everything changes. The energy is different. The two best wins for me come from Jermall Charlo is the Julian Williams win and the win against Derevchenko, which I thought Derevchenko was long in the tooth. Another thing B-Hop was wrong about is that Jermall Charlo is not younger than Canelo. Actually, he's 2 months older than Canelo. I also think Charlo's power is not devastating like people think it is. How many middleweights has he knocked out since he moved up? Another thing, if this fight ever comes around, resumes and experience will be a big part in this fight. And I think Canelo has an advantage in both those areas. Physically, he has all the advantages. He's 6 feet, 73.5-inch reach, so he got a 3 or 4 inch height advantage. He also got a 3.5 reach advantage over Canelo. But Callum Smith had an 8-inch or 7.5-inch reach advantage over Canelo. And who's to say that Jermall Charlo is a better fighter than Callum Smith? I'm just not sold on Jermall Charlo. I'm sold on his brother Jermall. Jermall's a good fighter. But I don't know how good Jermall Charlo is because he hasn't been tested. Derevchenko, like I said, I thought was old and long in the tooth. Maybe if we fought somebody like Demetrius Andrade, we have more clarity. But if I had to go off his performance against Korobov, I would think Canelo would have no problem with Jermall Charlo. I would pick Canelo to win by a stoppage in the 10th round. This is not to say that Charlo can't get in the ring and surprise us all and beat Canelo. Just from what I'm seeing right now, the fights I've seen him in, I just don't see it. But then again, some people think Errol Spence is an all-time great. I just don't see it yet. What do you think? Do you think Jermall Charlo could be Canelo's toughest opponent between 160 and 175? Inquiring minds want to know. Leave your thoughts and comments below. JBZ, subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.